Well, hello, everybody. What you have stumbled upon is one of the most legendary pieces of media that you will ever watch in your entire life. This cassette that I am about to play for you is from the summer of 1997, and it's a St. Louis public access channel that was recorded, about 22 minutes or so of this channel. Now, within this 22 minutes, you will see the quirkiness, the graininess, the kind of weird, cheesy music, all types of fun, wacky stuff. Some radio stations from the 90s in St. Louis. And at the very end of the tape, you will see little old me when I was 11 years old and my younger brother Zach in it. And we are at a place called Mud Mania, which happened at Jefferson Barracks Park during the summer of 1997. And it was a very fun time. They hauled in mud from the Mississippi or somewhere, and they made an obstacle course out of mud, and you could go up that slide, you can go down, like my brother says in the video. And it was just awesome. It was a really cool time. I remember later on when I was like 15 or 16, I wanted to do it again, but I was too old, but they let me volunteer. So it was awesome to where once Mud Mania shut down and all the other people were gone, they let the volunteers kind of run through the obstacle course if they wanted to. And I did that. And I remember seeing a reporter there by the name of Timmy Zell from Channel 2. He's kind of a local legend when it comes to broadcasters and stuff. Just being on TV so much. I remember seeing him in real life compared to on TV. A lot skinnier and a lot taller in real life than on TV. I didn't realize how tall that dude is, especially how skinny he is too. Yeah, lots of good times at Mighty Mud Mania. And I think that was the first year they did it, was the year we went, 1997. I recently watched this video back. There's like 20 minutes, and the part where me and my brother are in when we're kids is towards the very end of the video. But don't disregard like the first 18, 20 minutes of this video, because it is a deep, nice, nostalgic look into the mid-90s St. Louis public access television. There's a lot of quirkiness to it. There's some parts that if you were in the 90s watching it, you'd be bored. But I think so much time has passed now that even the boring parts of this video is fun to look at just to see like how it looked like. You know, it's like an ancient relic. It's watching something that you feel like it just takes you all the way back to the 90s where you're just chilling, no worries, not worrying about a cell phone. You may have a beeper, but that's about it. Enjoy this nice, nostalgic piece of TV history, St. Louis history in general, as this is the first time my brother and I were on TV in general, so we were like starstruck, like this is awesome, this is our big break now. So anyway, sit back, relax, enjoy a nice cold bottle of Orbitz, and enjoy this public access St. Louis programming from July of 1997. Let's go.
If you'd like to be a medical technologist, copy down 501655. Well, if the job that you've been waiting for wasn't on this week's list, don't give up. Just be sure and catch our half-an-hour job service shows that air all week long for additional listings. Thanks for watching. Have a great week. And from all of us, happy job hunting.
Well, it's time to see what health tips Dr. Mary Mason has for us this week. And if you're concerned about cholesterol, then this segment is one you don't want to miss.
This is your checkup. I'm Dr. Mary Mason. If you have high cholesterol in your blood, you should avoid eggs, right? Well, new medical evidence suggests that eggs and other sources of dietary cholesterol may not affect your blood's levels as much as we thought.
I was always raised that you shouldn't have more than 3 eggs a week because of the cholesterol factor. And so I have to admit that I probably have eggs only once a week because when I eat, I like to eat a lot.
Your total cholesterol level is made up of 3 parts. LDL, or bad cholesterol, is the type that's deposited in the arteries, while HDL, or good cholesterol, helps remove the bad cholesterol from the body. Triglycerides are fat-like substances that make up the bulk of our fatty tissues. Despite being a primary source of cholesterol in the diet, eggs are a cheap, convenient source of protein and vitamins and can be a part of a healthy diet. But does the cholesterol in eggs raise blood cholesterol, leading to hardening of the arteries and heart attacks?
The main thing is to reduce the saturated fat in the diet, increase the intake of fruits and vegetables and grains, and don't get caught in sort of the fat-free mentality that says, well, if it's low in fat, it has to be all right. That is not an effective dietary intervention. We really need that old adage of balance, variety, and moderation to have a nutritious and heart-healthy diet.
So what can you do if your blood cholesterol is high? First, avoid foods high in saturated or animal fats, such as fatty meats, butter, and some dairy products. Eat complex carbohydrates, such as fruits, vegetables, bran, and cereal products. Third, foods high in cholesterol, such as eggs, can be eaten, but in moderation. Exercise, as this can lower your bad cholesterol and raise your good cholesterol. Lastly, alcohol in moderate amounts can increase good cholesterol, but this use is controversial. The key to good health and controlling your cholesterol is eating a wide variety of foods in moderation and exercise. Only a small group of patients require cholesterol-lowering medications. So if you have any questions about cholesterol, ask your doctor. That's it for Checkup. See you next week.
And now it's on to our favorite cable guy and master of all trades. Here's Dave Doerre with the latest in what to watch on cable.
Thank you, Howard. Well, hi, folks, and welcome to another edition of Cable Pics. Let's start things off this Tuesday at 4:30 when the Lifetime channel is showing your favorite three Geritol addicts, the Golden Girls. In this episode, which happens to be one of my favorites, Sophia has a vision of meeting her dead husband in the afterlife after she almost chokes to death on a chicken bone. You know, that almost happened to me once. About 1 minute, I was enjoying a delicious chicken leg at Kentucky Fried Chicken, and the next thing I know, I'm in purgatory slow dancing with Rock Hudson. You know, he is so handsy. But on Wednesday at noon, HBO is showing the hit comedy Pee-wee's Big Adventure, starring Paul Reubens. It's the heart-tugging story of one nerd's epic search to find his own personal holy grail, his lost bicycle. Fortunately, you can watch this in the safety of your home and not in a public theater where you actually run the risk of being seated next to Paul Reubens himself. And I think we all know how unsavory that can be. Ooh. Well, now, as if life in the 90s wasn't scary enough, what with carjackings and the AIDS epidemic, welcome to another fun new way to die, the asteroid. What's that, you like to say? Well, you put it in layman's terms. Well, remember when you used to get hit in the face with a rock, hard snowball? Okay, well, this hurts a lot more. So tune into the Learning Channel on Wednesday at 9 p.m. for the special Solar Empire and see why you might as well put that cheese on the red meat, start smoking again, and indulge in risky social behavior, because we're all going to end up getting stoned in the end anyway. With the rock. I mean, that is. Okay, well, on Thursday at 12:05 p.m., the TBS channel presents the special When Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth, which I think was around 1974. It's about a family of dinosaurs that saves a maiden who is meant to be sacrificed, but instead introduces her to her old lover. Geez, what a shock. At first you think this T-Rex is going to rip your clothes off. Next thing you know, it's trying to set you up on dates like a prehistoric love connection. What the heck? Also on Thursday at 8 p.m., the Learning Channel presents The Age of Conspiracy. It's about the different methods used by the mob to infiltrate the Las Vegas gambling scene and law enforcement's successful efforts to keep the mob scum out of Atlantic City casinos. I mean the legitimate businessmen who provide an honest service to their casino clients. Well, that's it for this week's Cable Pics. Back to you guys.
Dave, you know, I could use a new shirt. Anyways, if you haven't been to the movies lately, then listen up. Ken Williams from FM 101's The River has the latest on the new movie, Mrs. Brown, and he had a chance to talk with the co-stars. Here's Ken with this and more.
Hello, thanks for tuning in. Stay right where you are because Judy, Dench, and Billy Connolly of the new romantic drama from Miramax, Mrs. Brown, will be in the studio joining us via satellite. And you'll get the chance to score a soundtrack from the film. Speaking of music, though, let's find out where the St. Louis's best are jamming this week in the EQ local concert calendar. Galaxia takes off at Cicero's on Tuesday, July 29th. The show starts at 10:30 p.m. and Cicero's new address is still in the loop at 6691 Delmar. Call 314-862-8600 for info. The Galaxy at 1227 Washington downtown is a great place to see live shows, and you can see OPH, Geisha Men, and Clear Glass Religion all in one night on Friday, August 1st. Give the Galaxy a call at 314-231-2404. Get your reggae fix at Blueberry Hill in the Loop on Saturday, August 2nd. For information, call Joe Edwards and Blueberry Hill at 314-727-0880. Okay, you saw them on this show. Now see and hear the guys from the band Mesh at Kennedy's on the Landing Friday and Saturday, August 1st and 2nd. Call the Mesh hotline at 314-463-1065 for showtime. And finally, on a special note, if you haven't heard, we're having our special inaugural festival at FM 101 The River coming up August 30th at Riverport Amphitheater. It's called FM 101's River Splash 97, and it'll be starring In Excess, 10,000 Maniacs, Cheap Trick, and Dog's Eye View. Now, you can get your tickets at all Capital Tickets locations or by calling 969-1800. Now, the great thing about River Splash 97 is that for all this great music, tickets are only $15.50 for reserved seating, $12.50 for lawn seats. Now, that's a great deal. You have to admit that. For just one of these great acts, it's a great deal. But you need to hurry because tickets could be sold out very soon. Now let's switch gears to the movie Mrs. Brown featuring Judy Dench and Billy Connolly. Oh yeah, word is flying around that Judy Dench could get at least an Oscar nomination for her performance in this film. Just remember where you heard it first. Judy Dench and Billy Connolly bring to life one of history's most unusual love stories in the new Miramax film Mrs. Brown. I found Judy and Billy as warm and friendly as their characters, so I wanted to know what they felt Mrs. Brown is about. Hi, Judy and Billy.
Hello, Ken.
Thanks for joining us in St. Louis. How are you today?
Terrific.
Great. For those of us getting ready to see Mrs. Brown, Billy, can you tell us briefly about the film?
Yeah, well, the story is a true one, and it's about Queen Victoria, who was mourning the loss of her husband, Prince Albert, for 4 years. The government were really worried. She hadn't come to open Parliament for 4 years, which is actually illegal. And they were talking about actually getting rid of the monarchy and having a republic. So at the last minute, Mr. Disraeli agreed to send me, the gamekeeper, to see the Queen and try and bring her back into public life. And in the process, we kind of get deeply fond of each other and really, like children, kind of want to run away to the Highlands and forget all about government and all that kind of stuff. And of course you can't.
Well, you had to get away from it all, I guess.
Yeah, to get away from the restrictions of the Victorian public life. And ostensibly live in a wee cottage somewhere, but you can't do it. It's an impossibility, and they both knew it. So the whole film really is about that dichotomy, that struggle between what you are and what you're seen to be and what you would like to be.
Kind of like what the Royals try to do today.
A wee bit like that, yeah.
Yeah, Judy, had you heard about this story about Queen Victoria before reading the script?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I mean, everybody in Britain knows about this story because it's always been speculated on, but whether actually they actually did have an affair. And we're inclined to think the Scots say yes, and the British, the English say no. So we have to meet in the middle somewhere about it.
Right, yeah. As we Americans love to hear about stories like that, I think, because we only get to see the surface protocol, as it were. Yeah, the more human side.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's what we got a chance in this film to do, both Billy and me, is to show the vulnerability of people who are in this situation and who, I mean, she was surrounded by a court who totally disapproved of this.
Right.
I mean, John Brown was brought down because she refused even to go out. She refused even to leave the house. She went into mourning and was called the Widow of Windsor. was actually, you know, the country was, as Billy said, the country was in danger of falling apart. And so he was brought down just to get her out to ride again, you know, because she used to do that a lot. And from then on it led, of course, then this extraordinary relationship grew up.
Yeah, the design staff did a great job in matching in great detail the sets and the clothing to the period. Did this help you portray Queen Victoria?
Oh, yes. Oh, very much so. I mean, I also trained as a designer before I was an actress. And so all those things you have to get absolutely right. And not only what you see outside, but also what's inside you have to get right. I mean, there's the scene where they go swimming. And the clothes they wore were just extraordinary. I mean, a kind of dress, and then under that kind of baggy trousers, and then shoes and a hat, all to go swimming in, which is quite nice as we were doing it at the end of October. I wouldn't have minded a fur, actually.
So did you have any input in the design process?
No, but I had input in, I mean, for instance, also, my wig was made so that it was down, just a long, long wig, which was then dressed every day, which I thought was a very kind of essential thing to happen. Yeah. But we had wonderful people doing the clothes, designing them, and wonderful people to dress us, and also marvelous wig dress, you know, wig, well, makeup. Yeah. Makeup artists. I mean, it's very tricky. Having seen the film, I thought, thank God I'm not vain, because it's very hard to look at yourself without any makeup whatsoever. Right. And I longed during these days when we were up in Scotland, and that somebody should put a great slash of kind of Joan Crawford mouth. Or, you know, I longed to kind of break out of this. But yes, all that I love that it's so it has to be so correct.
You both obviously had to deal with horses throughout the film. Were there any problems, or were there any humorous outtakes between you and the horses, Billy?
Oh, yeah, they were great. The horses, they behaved extremely well. You know, when it came to riding on them, although sometimes in the middle of scenes they'd just walk away. One of them was, I kept going. For some reason you feel duty-bound on a horse.
Of course. From
cowboy movies and stuff, to go. And of course, my horse was trained to walk at that noise. So to keep it steady, I would go easy. So it would be easy and then walk. So in the middle of dialogue, it would just take off. But it was also, it was a kind of flatulent horse. I guess it's the diet or something. But his timing was the timing of Jackie Mason, you know. We would say things like, "Now promise, you must promise me," and then boom.
That's great.
And we would collapse and blame it on one another.
Oh, you two are so fun. I hate for it to end, but we're almost out of time. One more question. When people are walking out of the theater, what do you want them to take with them from Mrs. Brown? Either of you.
What would you think?
I just hope that they've understood something about those two people and what it must have been like.
And I hope they identify with it. You know, the unrequited passion, unrequited love. The way you used to feel when you listened to Everly Brothers records. Well, that's my era. You know, when I fell out with girls, I used to play Everly Brothers and make myself worse. You know, but if you can get something like that and relate it to yourself, that the unrequited love and ambition, well, great.
Wonderful comparison, Billy Connolly. Judy Dench, thanks so much for joining us on See Here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, I know I'm always talking up the special effects movies, and I will continue to do so. But when a movie makes an emotional impact on me as Mrs. Brown does, well, okay, I'll bring those your way as well. What can I say? I just love movies in general. I also love to give stuff away, as if you didn't know. So on the Monday Live show, if you're one of the first 3 callers at 727-6810, you'll get a very special Mrs. Brown music soundtrack. I'll be heading out to LA to see firsthand what this new movie phenomenon Spawn is all about, and I'll be back next week to fill you in. Until then, if you're the first 10 callers at 727-6810 on the Monday Live show, you'll get a sneak preview pass to see the New Line Cinema special effects feature of Spawn. And I'll go ahead and throw in some of these cool little things anyway. To our producer, Jackie Poor, get lots of rest and get back in here. And you get out and see the shows, hear the music. Until next week, for Kenzie Hughes, you take care. I'm Ken Williams.
Well, it's time once again to see what kind of trouble our cable guy Dave Doerre has been getting into, and I hear it's pretty dirty. Here's Dave with his cohort, Natalie Hall.
I'm Dave Doerre, and this is Natalie Hall. We're here at Mud Mania here at Jefferson Barracks Park, where kids of all ages have basically lost any regard for their own basic human hygiene. Natalie, what do you think of the mud here? It's pretty exciting stuff. You getting into it?
Maybe later, but it looks pretty disgusting, but fun.
Yeah, fun, but disgusting. I think that sums it up. Now, this is Brenda Bollinger, and she's with an organization that's co-sponsoring this Mud Mania, or Mud Stock, as we call it, for kiddies, mud wrestling for kids. Brenda, I'm not going to lie to you. You're probably not real high up on parents' lists right now. Their kids are filthy. They're looking for answers. Tell us a little bit about the organization, about why you're out here, and who this benefits.
Well, Mighty Mud Mania is a co-sponsored event. It's involving the St. Louis County Parks Department, Oakville Senior High Trend, and its booster program, as well as the National Guard. And without all of those, it could never happen. And this is our 4th year here at Jefferson Barracks Park. The proceeds go twofold: part to the County Parks Department to help with their programs, and also to our chapter, in particular the Trend chapter, for scholarship program. We have a scholarship program, college scholarships, as well as to the National Trend Conference, which is held every year in August.
Wow, filth and a cause. Can't beat it. What's your name, buddy?
Blake.
Blake. Zach. Tell me a little bit, guys, about what's the best about just a day of the mud. What's the best? What do you like best about it?
Like putting it in your hair like this.
Yeah, that looks good.
It's like walking in clay when you're in there.
Right.
Yeah.
Keeps you nice and cool on a hot summer day. This is the coolest place to be, without a doubt. Now, Zach, what do you like best about it? You like getting in your hair or what?
I like the obstacle course and how you go up that side and go down and stuff.
Right. All right, Blake, let's see you just put a big pile of mud right on your head. Let's see you do it, buddy. Just get a big old pile there. All right, both of you guys, everyone just get a bunch of mud on your head. As much mud as you can possibly stand. There you go. Just keep going, boys. Keep going. Be strong, young mud soldiers. We can almost hear Mother's washing machine starting up in the background, can't you?
Down in it.
This is our brave mud warrior, Natalie Hall. Now, she's going to be undertaking a series of obstacles here. Natalie, are you ready? You excited?
Yeah. I'm starting to kind of crust and dry here, so I'm going to want to get in, but still kind of gross.
Natalie's mom, if you're watching, get that washer ready. Natalie's going to get muddy. Natalie, thanks for serving as the stunt girl here at Mud Mania. Are you cool? Are you refreshed?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I brought back a souvenir for you.
Uh-oh, what'd you get? What'd you get me? Oh, go! Oh, my gosh. Well, thanks, Natalie. We'll talk after the show. But anyway, I think we all had a good time here at Mud Mania, and we'll definitely be back next year. Any closing words?
It was just a lot of fun, and if you missed it this year, come back next year. I had fun.
Definitely.
It's good for your skin.
That's right. And back to sea here.
If you're finding it hard to keep your garden growing in this sweltering heat, here's Zick with his tips for planting in the shade.